What is up, guys? Justendo here. I review tech, and one of the many tech items I love is the Nintendo Switch. The original model came out in March of 2017 and became a worldwide hit. In October 2021, they released an updated Nintendo Switch OLED model that brings with it some upgrades. Is it worth it to get this model in 2022? Let's tech it out. The original Nintendo Switch launched with a tablet design that had two detachable controllers on the side called Joy-Cons. This design has stuck around on the Nintendo Switch OLED, but with noticeable quality of life improvements. On the original Nintendo Switch, the 6.2-inch LCD panel had thick bezels around it, making the console look more akin to an older Kindle Fire tablet, whereas the Nintendo Switch OLED, Thanos snapped the bezels to create a much more modern-looking screen at 7 inches. The tablet itself didn't get that much bigger in size to accommodate the bigger screen, which is a nice bonus, being only slightly longer in width. The length of the console will make it incompatible with some Nintendo Switch grips or accessories made specifically for the original system, but the Nintendo Switch OLED model can fit in all previous docks as well as be compatible with all Joy-Cons. The slightly longer size is well worth it for the larger screen that sticks to the 720p HD resolution, which is fine for handheld use. The star of the show, though, and the namesake of the system, is the OLED screen that the Switch now has. This screen makes games look vibrant, crisp, and makes all the previous Nintendo Switch screens look outdated in the process. Colors pop with bright whites and deep blacks that makes games like Metroid Dread, the launch game that came out with this model, really shine. For those who are unaware of the difference in screen technology, OLED screens light up individual pixels instead of having a backlight like the traditional LCD screen. What this means is that the screen is turned off for the black parts of games and images and makes the contrast of colors really deep. This is easily one of the best OLED panels on any handheld gaming system, and it's so good that going back to playing games I've already played before is a whole new experience thanks to the new screen. Aside from the screen, there are some small upgrades like a base storage of 64GB, doubling that of the 32GB before. You will still need a microSD card either way, and a new back stand that is a huge improvement over the flimsy original. Instead of the small stand that was on the verge of popping off on the original models, the new stand is sturdier, covers both sides in a Microsoft Surface style, and is made out of what feels like metal compared to plastic. The newer dock comes in a white finish and comes with a built-in Ethernet port instead of having to use an adapter, which is nice, especially with Nintendo's subpar online system. But for docked users, the upgrades stop there. This device has upgrades that are heavily favored for those who prefer to play handheld, so if you own a Switch already and you play docked exclusively, there isn't much incentive for you here. For those hoping for a Nintendo Switch Pro or any kind of performance boost, this console isn't it. This is the equivalent of an XL model like in years past with the Nintendo DS and 3DS lines. Quality of life improvements, but no actual progress on processing power or upgraded RAM. The lack of a Pro model is most likely due to the worldwide chip shortage that has plagued consumer electronics for the past couple of years now. So, while games that struggled with frame rates and lower fidelity graphics will still be prevalent on this console, at least it'll be on a nice OLED screen compared to before. So who is this console for? The best answer is for those who play handheld or tabletop mode more often than docked and would benefit from an upgraded screen. If you own a Switch Lite and want an upgraded experience, this would be a great choice. Or if you are a first-time Switch buyer, just go all out on the $349 price tag versus the $299 of the original Switch. If you already own the original Nintendo Switch, this is a much harder sell, especially if you don't play in handheld mode that often. Without upgrades to the raw power of the console, the Nintendo Switch OLED models play the exact same games as the original Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch Lite, albeit on a bigger and prettier screen. With the Nintendo Switch exceeding 103 million units sold as of this video, there is no slowing down on the relevance of this system and is totally worth it no matter which model of the Switch you choose in 2022. If you guys enjoyed this content, make sure to like this video and subscribe so I can continue to make videos that I hope can help people with their tech decisions. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you excuse me, I have to play some Animal Crossing.